Welcome to another installment of your sports. Starting on the football field now, WAFCON defending champions Banyana Banyana have staged a stay-in and are refusing to train, citing unpaid wages from the South African Football Association. The team arrived in Morocco on Wednesday for the tournament, which is set to kick off on July 5, with Banyana set to open their campaign against Ghana on the 7th. The team boycotted their second training session on Friday after lodging complaints with SAFA. The players are demanding immediate payment of outstanding salaries for their April and June camps, which were part of Desiree Ellis' WAFCON preparations. The National Football Mother Body, SAFA, has reportedly failed to disperse these fees. As of now, the players remain in limbo, awaiting a direct address from President Danny Jordan regarding their payments. Joining us now to reflect on this Banyana Banyana story and, of course, other football stories from the various camps here in South Africa is FarPost football editor Mthokozisi Dube. Mthokozisi, appreciate your time on Newzroom Afrika. I mean, initially, you would have been coming here in studio to talk about the other football camps, and then this sad story creeps up today with what is happening with Banyana Banyana in Morocco. Such a sad story. I think for many people, we can't believe that we are back in the same position now that we saw Banyana Banyana back in 2023 before the World Cup.
Good evening, Vuyo, and good evening to the viewers. Look, it's quite sad that we have to be discussing this just a week before the WAFCON kicks off. I think we were in the same position just before the last World Cup that Banyana Banyana participated in. I think it reflects badly on the association. It says they don't take the women's football seriously, despite what they've achieved in the past. I mean, these are defending champions in the WAFCON. Going to Morocco, they would be looking to defend their title. But, I mean, when they have to now be chasing the association to ask for their monies, I think it's not a good scenario, especially a week ahead of the competition.
You talk about respect. I mean, you look at the team traveling to Morocco even now, a trip that spans over a period of 24 hours, long layover in their trip. I think these are, with many other things, little signs that to the players crunch away the initial pride that any player would have for a national team. Easier now, any player deciding that, you know what, I don't want to go and play for Banyana because of these other issues. So these things are slowly stripping away that pride.
I mean, you and I know very well, everyone is looking for answers as to why Jermaine is retiring at the age of 31. She still has a lot to give to Banyana Banyana. When you go into such competitions, you need your most experienced players. I mean, she plays in Mexico. She's way ahead of, you know, the local-based players because she plays in a professional setup. Tembi Khatlana is not part of this camp. We are asking ourselves questions, but you have the answers right in front of you. These are the issues that would cause these players to want to stay away from representing their national team. Surely SAFA can do better in terms of, you know, they knew very well when the WAFCON would take place. They knew very well that the players need to be paid. We can't be here a week before they kick off their defense of the WAFCON title.
Certainly destabilizing for the players, but you speak about, you know, it crunching away that pride of representing the nation. I mean, we see it recently, and it wouldn't just sit with the players, but you also then look at the coaches who say, are we also respected in that setup? And I think even for the viewers at home, with the news that coming in now, is that of Coach Desiree Ellis. Coach Desiree Ellis doesn't have a contract. She's there with the team, Banyana Banyana team, but Coach Desiree Ellis doesn't have a contract. Sad news to even hear that, especially at the back of, we're just speaking about similar things now, under 20, Raymond Daga, forget the fact that they have contracts on them, but the money issue. In this case, a Coach Desiree Ellis doesn't have a contract and is with the team in Morocco and is supposed to be playing and representing the nation or leading the team to in such a huge competition.
I mean, recently the former SAFA TD, Walter Steenbok, said that there is a lack of respect for professionals, you know, like your coaches. I think he was referring to himself. He was referring to Raymond Daga in terms of how much he was earning. I think it's common knowledge. It was discussed in Parliament as well. Now you've got a Desiree Ellis who guided Banyana to 2 World Cup tournaments, who guided Banyana to the WAFCON title in 2023. She's been trying to get a new contract, and the answer that has been given by the association is that the contract has been ready because it expired after they failed to qualify for the Olympics, which was in April 2024. The contract is available. It's awaiting the technical committee. This is 14 months later. The contract is waiting for the technical committee to come and approve. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Surely, you know, she's been the coach of Banyana Banyana permanently since 2018. We're in 2025. We can't still be saying we're waiting for the technical committee to approve or finalize the contract. Now, the coach has actually gone to the WAFCON without a contract. Now, it gets me asking questions. What about her support staff? What about the players? If they cannot respect the coach that has delivered so much success, what of the technical team members? What of the players? You know, it really paints a picture of an association that you know, doesn't really care about the women's game.
Yeah, certainly destabilizing, Mthokozisi. Now that, I mean, Coach Desiree is going to have the major task, even beyond this, on making sure that she stands by the players, making sure that the players do stand up at this tournament, which is also another tough ask from her.
Yeah, absolutely. She still needs to stand for herself. She still needs to fight, but also fight for the players. Surely, SAFA would want to see Banyana retain the title. And the best they could do is to make sure everything is done properly. The players receive their dues. The coach has a contract, goes to a WAFCON. You know, everyone happy, you know, the environment good. I mean, when you now have players sitting in and not training exactly a week before the tournament kicks off, I think that's not good, you know, for their preparations. Yep.
Mthokozisi, appreciating your time. I mean, I know there's a lot of other things that we wanted to speak about, Sundowns, Chiefs, Pirates, and what is happening. So definitely we need you for part 2 to sort of touch on that domestic front as well. But we sort of appreciate it. That's Mthokozisi Dube, FarPost football editor, just giving us a reflection in terms of the news that have just come in now, with, of course, Banyana Banyana staging a boycott in relation to the wages that are unpaid. And this is before their participation at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament in Morocco.